by the Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development on the washed-away culvert along the Chingola-Chilabombwe to Kasumbalesa Public-Private Partnership PPP road. And so members of Parliament are asking follow-up questions. And so at the time of briefly adjourning a business on the floor of the House was the Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development responding to a follow-up question that was made by Pemba MP, Mr. Lameka Hamwata. So we expect the Minister to finish off his response immediately after 11. And so just stay tuned because we expect the Speaker to walk into the chamber in a few seconds from now. Good morning. Good morning. You're tuned in to Parliament Television, and before the break, the House was considering and still considering the ministerial statement that was delivered by the Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development on the washed-away culvert along the Chingola-Chilabombwe to Kasumbalesa Public-Private Partnership Road. And so members of Parliament are seeking clarity regarding this particular ministerial statement. Still to come is consideration of one question for oral answer under Standing Order number 82. We expect Mr. Mukosa of Chinsali to ask the Vice President whether the government is aware that in the past 1 week, several houses in the following wards in Chinsali Parliamentary constituency have been damaged following heavy rainfall. That's Lubwa and Mwakubili, and if so, what urgent measures are being taken to assist the affected households? After consideration of that particular question, there's going to be consideration of the Banking and Financial Services Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2025, which is coming up at committee stage. The House will also consider the Zambia Deposit Insurance Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2025, and thereafter there's going to be a resumption of debate on thanks the President's address, and we'll call it a day thereafter. So as soon as the quorum is constituted, business will resume. So regarding the motion of thanks, there was an announcement yesterday by the second Deputy Speaker. He did remind the House that the debate on the motion of thanks, which began on Tuesday, the 24th of February 2026, would end on Wednesday, the 18th of March 2026. So Mr. Second Deputy Speaker informed the House that Thursday, the 5th, and today, the 6th of March, would serve as the last 2 days for debate by backbenchers, while the last 2 days of debate would be reserved for cabinet and provincial ministers. And so the second Deputy Speaker did encourage honourable members to debate early rather than wait until the last minute, noting that there might not be sufficient time due to other businesses or business before the House. And so he did encourage honourable members to debate the motion at the earliest possible opportunity. And so as soon as the quorum is constituted, business will resume. 1/3 of members of Parliament need to be present in the House in order for business to be transacted. We did have a ministerial statement earlier on the ongoing voter registration verification exercise, and it was delivered by the acting leader of government business, that's the Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security, Honourable Jack Mwimbu, and this time around the House is considering a ministerial statement that was delivered by the Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development on the washed-away culvert along the Chingola-Chilabombwe to Kasumbalesa Private Partnership Road. And just as a way of reminder of emphasis, the First Deputy Speaker did remind the House that, as announced on Friday, the 27th of February 2026, the House will not sit next week, which is the 10th to 13th of March 2026. And this arrangement is intended to enable honourable members of Parliament to travel to constituencies and take part in the commemorations of the International Women's Day, which falls on the 8th of March, and Youth Day on the 12th of March 2026. And these are two important national events on the Zambian calendar, and honourable members are encouraged to use this period to engage with constituents, and the House will therefore resume its sittings on Tuesday the 17th of March 2026, which is after next week. And so on live commentary, I'm Claudette Sindaza Jonga, together with our two sign language interpreters, Jason Manda and Chola Kauma. So as soon as the quorum is constituted, business will resume. Just about now, we leave you with live visuals from the chamber. Good morning and pleasant viewing.
When business was suspended, the House was considering the ministerial statement presented by the Honourable Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development on the washed-away culvert along the Chingola-Chilirabombwe to Kasumbalesa Public-Private Partnership Road, and the Honourable Minister was responding to a follow-up question that was asked by the Honourable Member Fonkana. May the Honourable Minister continue.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. The point I was making is when we have a serious incident such as this, what the serious government does is, first of all, determine what caused that incident. Secondly, carry out immediate remedial actions. Thirdly, long-term is look at other areas within the vicinity, make sure a similar thing does not happen. And thirdly, restore what it was. So in terms of determining what caused that, that is what I gave here in my statement. The extraordinary heavy rainfall that particular night, and that particular period anyway, coupled with heavy winds, which caused debris and fallen trees to block the passage of waters. That is what we, as government, have determined was the cause. Now, when we just jump into now compensate everyone, I think all members of parliament know that we are in a difficult year in terms of the level of rainfall that is falling. We are in these climate change situations. Okay. If for one moment we as government felt that it was the concessionaire who was at fault, then other actions would have been taken. But so far, that is not our determination. That's not our determination. In fact, when I read out the scope of works of what needed to be done, which was what was signed for, there are 2 bridges that had to be redone. And those 2 bridges are nowhere near this particular one. So the existing bridge that was coping with all the flows of water and so on was more or less retained. But it could not handle blockage of the culverts. So, Madam Speaker, our findings do not determine that there should be further action taken other than correcting that which has happened. Madam Speaker, further, the standard of the road from Chingola all the way to Kasumbalesa remains in very good and, in fact, excellent condition. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Kantanshi.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to put it on record that the PPP programs in Zambia started way back from MMD to PF, and this is the first time they have actually been actualized, and therefore congratulate the government for that. And also the fact that Kantanshi will be a big beneficiary of a huge PPP project, the one border post. I have a simple question for the Minister. Honourable Minister, there has been a lot of comments from engineers who feel that this particular incident that occurred, unfortunate as it was, should not have occurred because rain in Zambia is not new. And usually designs for roads, such as catchment areas where this road passed, are expected to be able to sustain themselves from rainwater and all that for close to 50 years. Now the question is, RDA, Road Development Agency, which is the one that looks after the road infrastructure of our country, in the PPP projects that you have outlined under your ministry, is there a clear defining role that they play in ensuring that technical specifications clearly, which have been certified and under our own statutory as a country, are followed? The role, if the clear role of RDA is in these PPP road projects because of the statutory responsibility that RDA has been given, so that such occurrences going forward in the other projects do not exist because this component is taken care of by RDA. Thank you.
The Honourable Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development.
Madam Speaker, I thank the Honourable Member for Kantanshi for that follow-up question. I think the short answer is, first of all, RDA. Before I reach that, the road, whether any road in this country, gazetted road, remains government property, whether it is under PPP or indeed operated by RDA. They remain government roads. After all, a concession, the road is given away for a fixed period of time, and it will revert back to government. RDA have a mandate to operate the roads in the country on behalf of government. The honorable member is asking what role do they have in making specifications. First of all, RDA are the contracting authority. They are the ones who have signed the concession with the consortium. In signing this, part of the requirements is that the specifications are drawn up and those form part of the agreement. So exactly what needed to be done, as is shown by the scope of works. That is what was determined and signed off by the consortium as well as RDA and say, well, this is what is necessary, including the specifications for various layers of the road. We are quite happy with that. Also, RDA have a responsibility, together with the consortium, with the private party, to appoint a private expert to supervise these works. When you say that engineers are saying this should not have happened, my answer to that is the design of the culverts, which were actually old culverts that were in situ, were designed to provide sufficient openings to allow water to pass through, whether it is 1 in a 100-year flood and so on. We have no problems with water that was flowing through. What happened was that the heavy winds and so on made a lot more debris and a tree to fall in. That is what blocked now. So the culverts were not able to undertake their work. So there was a buildup of water on the upstream side. When that overflows, causing cavitation, is what caused the washaway. So yes, they are fully involved in determining the specifications, supervising the construction through the independent expert, and ensuring that things are done properly. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Mwense.
Madam Speaker, my question is very similar to what Honourable Mumba asked, but maybe, Minister, let me also just paraphrase it. Since you are aware that we also have a PP project between Mwenda and Kasomeno, and that's a very important investment for us. Minister, in the eventuality of the operational and maintenance phase, what does RDA do, given that obviously the concessionaire seems to be the one who runs obviously this project? And you see in Mwense, normally I go on that project to check what is happening, and it's very rare that I find the RDA there. I submit, Madam Speaker.
The Honourable Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development.
Thank you very much, and I thank the Honourable Member for Mwense, Honourable Mabumba, for that follow-up question. RDA are present on that project through the appointment, again, joint appointment of an engineering expert who reports to them, and every so often you get visitation from our regional engineer and from the head office. And above that, the PPP unit itself, the PPP council, which includes myself, we also regularly visit that site. The Mwenda Kasomeno project, when it is completed, will be a marvel, not only in terms of the roads, but also in terms of the bridge, which is coming up at that spot on the Wapula River. I think that people will be going there as tourists to see that bridge, just like we are doing that with Kazungula. So the PPP concept for Zambia is working very well. I think all of us need to support it. Where we have issues like this, when the remedial work on the Kakoso spot have been done, the instruction is this what has occurred must not occur. So the size of the culverts are going to be made much, much bigger. And not only that, they are going to inspect all the other streams all along the corridor to make sure that if there is any need to make corrections, that will be done. I think that's the beauty with this PPP. It's not costing government, it's all to the account of the concessionaire. That's what's stipulated in the agreement. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Lunte.
Madam Speaker, thank you so much. Honorable Minister, I would like to appreciate your ministerial statement. Honorable Minister, if there is anything this disaster has taught me, it has taught me of the importance of consultants on projects, in particular the PPPs that you have been undertaking. Sir, the Lusaka and Dollar-Door carriageway was done 12 months, no consultant. The Luansha-Masangano Road, which is already failing, was done without a consultant. Does this failure ring any bell in your government regarding the importance of having consultants on projects? Or we are going to see similar PPPs that will be undertaken without consultants to come and result in what has happened in Chingola, Chilirabombwe Road, and what is happening to the Luansha-Masangano Road. Thank you, Madam.
The Honorable Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First of all, in the event of a delay in the appointment of a consultant, the responsibility or the mandate does not disappear. That falls squarely on the shoulders of RDA. And the RDA is manned by competent engineers, experienced engineers, who act as consultants in the event of a delayed appointment of a consultant. So there is no work that gets undertaken, Madam Speaker, without the involvement of a consultant, either as independent consultant or indeed as RDA. Further, Madam Speaker, the failure on the Kakoso stream of those culverts, or of that culvert, is not, and I repeat, not as a result of the absence of a consultant, as a result of climate change this year, occasioning heavy rainfall, especially in that area. I think everyone knows that the area around Chirabombwe, we normally have heavy rains, but this time it was accompanied by heavy winds, dropping trees and debris into the stream that caused the culverts to be blocked. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable Member for Chadiza.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Honorable Minister, when things are succeeding, we should learn to appreciate. I've been in the consultants industry for more than 20 years. We know where we're coming from and where we are. And to be very honest, Honorable Minister, this mode of financing roads have been failed by many governments that we have had in the past, especially in the road sector. Minister, with regards to the PPP model of financing road, your government has succeeded. We cannot even subtract it from you. My question, simple question, Honorable Minister, that I'm bringing to you this afternoon is, whenever you are doing any works, we're still morning, I'm being advised, thank you. When you are doing any works, there's normally the design phase. And normally a consultant, whether in form of a PPP, will do an assessment on the existing drainage facilities. So Zambians would want to find out, over this culvert that succumbed to pressure or hydraulic pressure, was it an existing culvert or is a culvert that has been newly constructed? I submit, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development.
Thank you, and I thank the Honorable Member of Parliament for Chadiza, Engineer Jonathan Daka. He fully understands how engineering of this nature gets done. And I must say I was with him on the Chadiza Road this last Friday. The question has raised gives me an opportunity to clearly state that on the assessment of the roads carried out before works were done, it was felt that this culvert had sufficient capacity to allow water to pass through under extraordinary conditions. So the answer to your question is the culvert itself was an old culvert. It was not a newly constructed culvert. These are culverts that have operated all these years, many, many years. So it was left in situ. On account now of trees now falling and blocking it, that is now we have told them perhaps we should just put bigger culverts going forward. But it was an existing culvert that we have used for many years. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable Member from Mbabala.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable Minister, what is the policy direction on similar incidents to what you are addressing in Chingola, Chirabombwe, where a whole road has been cut, like we have Pemba Road connecting to Mangunza, also cut off in my constituency, and one part is actually unreachable right now. Thank you.
The Honorable Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development.
Madam Speaker, the answer to the Honourable Member of Parliament from Mbabala is that the policy of government is that where communities are cut off from each other, action must be taken to ensure restoration of connectivity. So where there are incidents such as where he has mentioned, you need to inform us, so we do what we can to ensure that we can restore connectivity where it is possible. In certain cases, if the flooding is such that it opens up a much wider place, which would require a much more strong bridge constructed, that might cause problems. But where we can do something to restore connectivity, as we have done in a number of cases, as we have stipulated in the sites that we have inspected, government will do that. So I ask the Honourable Member maybe to contact us so that we can define what needs to be done in that particular spot. Thank you, Madam.
The last member, the Honorable Member for Nakonde.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, mine is very simple. I wanted to find out if, Minister, you are ready to revise the contract based on the committee from this Parliament that they have recommended that you need to revise this contract. Madam Speaker, I submit.
The Honorable Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development.
Madam Speaker, if as a country you want the involvement of the private sector, of investors from other places, you must be able to demonstrate that you follow laws and you will keep to those laws. You follow agreements as reached and you stick to those agreements. If any time you come in and say, look, yeah, let's change and so on, very, very quickly, flows of investments, either from your own citizens or from those outside, will dry away. It's very easy to quickly work out how much are they collecting, how much did they spend, what's the payback. There's a lot more to working out the payback period over a period of time. In government, we have experts that sit down and work out exactly, and they came up with this agreement in terms of a number of things. The first one is the investment that was required, the payback period, and when you talk about 5 years, I am not aware of that particular figure in anything that we examined as a PPP council. Okay. Secondly, that is what determined what tariffs will be paid at the toll gates to allow them to recoup their investment and their profit. Number two, that's what determined the government share of the revenues. We give the impression sometimes that these concessionaires are collecting all the revenues. No, there is a government share of the revenues. And thirdly, how long the concession period is going to be. So when you ask me, and beyond that, the risk, the maintenance, the operations is with the concessionaire. For example, what has happened, okay, it wasn't factored in that they're going to have to rebuild it. It's going to cost them money, but we structured the agreement in such a way that government is not involved at all. So these are some of the risks that the concessionaire takes. Now, if you ask me, are we going to revise the agreement? Government at the moment sees no cause whatsoever for the revision of this agreement or indeed any other agreement. Because if we did that, where they hit obstacles, they would also come back and say, well, you know, we are no longer making what we should be making, revise the agreement. That's not how you run agreements. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable members, I won't take any points of order. We are behind time, maybe until we reach the President's address. We are behind time. I would advise you maybe to link up with the Minister so that you can have a discussion. We still have committee work and it's so bulky. Question for oral answer understanding order number 82. The Honorable Member for Chinsali.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Question number 248.
The acting leader of government business.
Madam Speaker, the Honourable Member of Parliament for Chinsali, Mr. K. Mukosa, asked the Vice President the following questions. A, whether the government is aware that in the past 1 week, several houses in the following wards in Chinsali Parliamentary constituency have been severely damaged following heavy rainfall. 1, Rubwa Ward, and 2, Munwa Kubiri. And B, if so, what urgent measures are being taken to assist the affected households? Madam Speaker, in response to the question raised by Mr. K. Mukosa, MP, Chinsali Parliamentary Constituency, I wish to state as follows. A, government is aware that in the past 1 week, several houses in Rubwa Ward in Chinsali Parliamentary Constituency have been severely damaged following heavy rainfall. The government, through the Regional Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit in Muchinga, received reports of flooding in Chinsali district of Muchinga province as a result of above average rainfall which the province has been receiving, as well as residual effects of the recent cycle Gezan. A rapid participatory assessment conducted on 26 February 2026 indicated that 46 houses had been damaged in Ruwa wards. However, regarding damages to the houses in Munwa Kubiri, government is not aware. Investigations on the ground using various local structures like satellite committees in Munwa Kubiri have shown that there are no reports of damages to the houses. Madam Speaker, B, let me state here that the government responded to the 46 collapsed houses in Rubwa and Chinsali wards of Chinsali constituency on Thursday, 5th March 2026 by issuing 1, 15 tents, 4 by 4 meters, 2, 100 bags of mealie, 3, 10 boxes of dates, 4, 10 bags of rice, 5, 100 kgs of salt, 6, 10 bags of beans, 7 boxes of cooking oil. Madam Speaker, you may further wish to know that the government is also aware of the plight of 49 households in the Chinsali ward, Ruben village, who have lost 19.3 hectares of maize due to flooding, and have also been assisted with emergency food relief by the Chinsali District Disaster Management Committee. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you. Supplementary questions. The Honourable Member for Chinsali.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Honourable Minister, for the intervention, first of all, for the response that you've provided, Honourable Minister, and for the intervention that government has taken in this matter of flooding in Chinsali, as well as the houses that have been damaged by the heavy rains. Now, Honourable Minister, we have continued experiencing these rains in Chinsali, and I think it is likely that we may experience more disasters. What assurance are you giving the people of Chinsali? How ready is DMMU in coming to the aid of these people in an event that we have more that get affected by the heavy rains that we are experiencing? I thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Acting Leader of Government Business.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I would like to assure my colleague, the Honourable Member of Parliament, Honourable Mukosa, that this government is able and willing to assist any of our members of the public who are affected or afflicted by the disaster. And we will do everything possible to ensure that the people of Chinsali are assisted if there will be any disaster.
The Honourable Member for Chinsali.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Honourable Minister. This one now is just to seek clarity, Honourable Minister. When you are responding to the help that has been rendered to the affected households in Chinsali, you were giving block amounts of what has been done. Say, for example, if it's cooking oil, you are giving the totals. So I would like to get a clarification. Have all the households that have been affected been assisted, or it's just some that have been assisted and others will be assisted later? I would like to get a clarification, Honourable Minister. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
The Acting Leader of Government Business.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I just want to assure my colleague that if there are any who have been affected and they haven't been assisted, my ministry, or rather DMMU, will ensure that they are also assisted in a similar manner.
The clerk will now read the orders of the day.
The Banking and Financial Services Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2025, committee stage.
The House will now resolve into committee.
The Banking and Financial Services Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2025. Clause 1, short title. Any debate, any objection? Clause 1 is agreed to. Clause 2, interpretation. Any debate, any objection? Clause 2 is agreed to. Clause 3, application of act. Any debate, any objection? Clause 3 is agreed to. Clause 4, administration of act. Any debate, any objection? Clause 4 is agreed to. Clause 5, functions of bank. Any debate, any objection? Clause 5 is agreed to. Clause 6, delegation of functions. Any debate, any objection? Clause 6 is agreed to. Clause 7, appointment of registrar and deputy registrar. Any debate, any objection? Clause 7 is agreed to. Clause 8, power to determine licensing criteria for financial service provider. Any debate and objection? Clause 8 is agreed to. Clause 9, types of licenses. Any debate and objection? Clause 9 is agreed to. Clause 10, prohibition of conducting banking business or providing financial service without license. Any debate and objection?
Clause 10 is agreed to. Clause 11, name clearance. Any debate, any objection, clause 11 is agreed to. Clause 12, application for license to conduct banking business or provide financial service. Any debate, any objection, clause 12 is agreed to. Clause 13, grant of application for license. Any debate, any objection, clause 13 is agreed to. Clause 14, rejection of application for license. Any debate, any objection, clause 14 is agreed to. Clause 15, validity of license. Any debate, any objection, clause 15 is agreed to. Clause 16, display of license. Any debate, any objection, clause 16 is agreed to. Clause 17, transfer, pledge, assignment, or encumbrance of license. Any debate, any objection, clause 17 is agreed to. Clause 18, variation of license. Any debate, any objection, clause 18 is agreed. Clause 19, amendment of license. Any debate, any objection, clause 19 is agreed to. Clause 20, surrender of license. Any debate, any objection, clause 20 is agreed to. Clause 21, suspension or cancellation of license. Any debate, any objection, clause 21 is agreed to. Clause 22, duplicate license. Any debate, any objection, clause 22 is agreed to. Clause 23, moratorium. Any debate, any objection, clause 23 is agreed to. Clause 24, prohibition of opening or closing of service center, branch, subsidiary, etc. Any debate, any objection, clause 24 is agreed to. Clause 25, application to open or close service center, branch, subsidiary. Any debate, any objection, clause 25 is agreed. Clause 26, representative office. Any debate, any objection, clause 26 is agreed to. Clause 27, register of financial service providers. Any debate, any objection, clause 27 is agreed. Clause 28, publication of financial service providers. Any debate, any objection, clause 28 is agreed to. Clause 29, prohibition of acquiring shares, beneficial interest, becoming beneficial owner, etc., without approval. Any debate, any objection, clause 29 is agreed. Clause 30, application for approval to acquire shares, beneficial interest, become beneficial owner, etc. Any debate, any objection, clause 30 is agreed. Clause 31, ownership of shares in financial service provider by nominee shareholder. Any debate, any objection, clause 31 is agreed. Clause 32, notification of adverse information on shareholder or part within controlling interest. Any debate, any objection, clause 32 is agreed. Clause 33, charge use of shares as collateral or encumbrance by beneficial owner. Any debate, any objection, clause 33 is agreed to. Clause 34, limit on voting control. Any debate, any objection, clause 34 is agreed. Clause 35, voting control limit for financial business. Any debate, any objection, clause 35 is agreed. Clause 36, restriction of ownership of shares by trusts. Any debate, any objection, clause 36 is agreed to. Clause 37, prohibition of affecting corporate restructuring transaction without approval. Any debate, any objection, clause 37 is agreed. Clause 38, application for approval to effect corporate restructuring transaction. Any debate, any objection, clause 38 is agreed. Clause 39, corporate restructuring transaction. Any debate, any objection, clause 39 is agreed to. Clause 40, effects of corporate restructuring transaction. Any debate, any objection, clause 40 is agreed to. Clause 41, responsibilities of directors. Any debate, any objection, clause 41 is agreed. Clause 42, board meeting initiated by bank. Any debate, any objection, clause 42 is agreed to. Clause 43, qualification for appointment as director or senior officer. Any debate and objection? Clause 43 is agreed. Clause 44. Independent non-executive directors to be in majority. Any debate and objection? Clause 44 is agreed. Clause 45. Composition of Board of Financial Business. Any debate and objection? Clause 45 is agreed. Clause 46. Balance of skill, diverse and expertise of director. Any debate and objection? Clause 46 is agreed. Clause 47. Reporting obligations of boards and directors. Any debate and objection? Clause 47 is agreed. Clause 48. Conduct of director or senior officer. Any debate and objection? Clause 48 is agreed to. Clause 49. Disclosure of interest. Any debate and objection? Clause 41 is agreed. Clause 50. Suspension or dismissal of director or senior officer by bank and removal of shareholders. Any debate and objection? Clause 50 is agreed. Clause 51. Fit and proper requirements for shareholder, director, or senior officer. Any debate and objection? Clause 51 is agreed to. Clause 52. Corporate governance standards and practices. Any debate and objection? Clause 52 is agreed to. Clause 53. Environmental, social, and governance practices. Any debate and objection? Clause 53 is agreed to. Clause 54. Principal administrative office. Any debate and objection? Clause 54 is agreed to. Clause 55. Change of fiscal address of principal administration office. Any debate and objection? Clause 55 is agreed to. Clause 56. Use and alteration of name. Any debate and objection? Clause 56 is agreed to. Clause 57, business hours. Any debate and objection? Clause 57 is agreed to. Clause 58, bank holiday. Any debate and objection? Clause 58 is agreed. Clause 59, minimum capital requirements. Any debate and objection? Clause 59 is agreed. Clause 60, capital conservation buffer. Any debate and objection? Clause 60 is agreed to. Clause 61, counter cyclical capital buffer. Any debate and objection? Clause 61 is agreed to. Clause 62, designation of bank or financial institution as systematic important. Any debate and objection? Clause 62 is agreed to. Clause 63, systematic important capital buffer. Any debate and objection? Clause 63 is agreed to. Clause 64, prohibition of payment of dividend by bank or financial institution without approval. Any debate and objection? Clause 64 is agreed to. Clause 65, application for approval to pay dividend by bank or financial institution. Any debate and objection? Clause 65 is agreed. Clause 66, capital distribution constraints. Any debate and objection? Clause 66 is agreed to. Clause 67, leverage ratio. Any debate and objection? Clause 67 is agreed. Clause 68, loan to deposit ratio. Any debate and objection? Clause 68 is agreed to. Clause 69, loan to value of assets ratio and loan to income ratio. Any debate and objection? Clause 69 is agreed to. Clause 70, revision of risks weights. Any debate and objection? Clause 70 is agreed to. Clause 71, liquidity coverage ratio and net stable funding ratio. Any debate and objection? Clause 71 is agreed to. Clause 72, maintenance of liquidity. Any debate and objection? Clause 72 is agreed to. Clause 73, additional liquidity. Any debate and objection? Clause 73 is agreed to. Clause 74, constraints on contracts with associated person inside or related party. Any debate and objection? Clause 74 is agreed. Clause 75, submission of information and retains. Any debate and objection? Clause 75 is agreed to. Clause 76, consolidated supervision. Any debate and objection? Clause 76 is agreed to. Clause 77, affiliates and cross-border supervision and resolution. Any debate and objection? Clause 77 is agreed. Clause 78. And safe and unsound practice. Any debate, any objection, clause 78 is agreed to. Clause 79, supervisory action. Any debate, any objection, clause 79 is agreed to. Clause 80, secured borrowing. Any debate, any objection, clause 80 is agreed to. Clause 81, limitations on granting credit facilities. Any debate, any objection, clause 81 is agreed. Clause 82, restriction on trade. Any debate, any objection, clause 82 is agreed to. Clause 83, restriction on equity investments. Any debate, any objection, clause 83 is agreed to. Clause 84, restriction on lease or other interest in real property. Any debate, any objection, clause 84 is agreed to. Clause 85, dealings with share bank. Any debate, any objection, clause 85 is agreed. Clause 86, limits and restrictions on financial business and financial service provider offering alternative financial service. Any debate, any objection, clause 86 is agreed to. Clause 87, exemptions of alternative financial services. Any debate, any objection, clause 87 is agreed to. Clause 88, annual financial statements. Any debate, any objection, clause 88 is agreed to. Clause 89, presentation of annual financial statements to shareholders. Any debate, any objection, clause 89 is agreed. Clause 90, reserved for bad and doubtful dates. Any debate, any objection, clause 90 is agreed to. Clause 91, approval of annual financial statements. Any debate, any objection, clause 91 is agreed to. Clause 92, publication of financial statements. Any debate, any objection, clause 92 is agreed to. Clause 93, appointment of external auditor. Any debate, any objection, clause 93 is agreed. Clause 94, disqualification of appointment as external auditor. Any debate, any objection, clause 94 is agreed. Clause 95, responsibilities of external auditor. Any debate, any objection, clause 95 is agreed to. Clause 96, duties of external auditor. Any debate, any objection, clause 96 is agreed to. Clause 97, information by external auditor to bank. Any debate, any objection, clause 97 is agreed to. Clause 98, access to information and auditor's report. Any debate, any objection, clause 98 is agreed to. Clause 99, termination of appointment of external auditor. Any debate, any objection, clause 99 is agreed. Clause 100, statement on resignation of external auditor. Any debate, any objection, clause 100 is agreed to. Clause 101, termination of appointment of external auditor by financial service provider. Any debate, any objection, clause 101 is agreed. Clause 102, regulation and supervision on financial customer protection and market conduct. Any debate, any objection, clause 102 is agreed. Clause 103, and competitive practices. Any debate, any objection, clause 101 is agreed. Clause 104, prohibition of anti-competitive practices. Any debate, any objection, clause 101 is agreed to. Clause 105, collateral contracts. Any debate, any objection, clause 105 is agreed to. Clause 106, cohesive behavior. Any debate, any objection, clause 106 is agreed to. Clause 107, misconduct during debt collection. Any debate, any objection, clause 107 is agreed to. Clause 108, prohibition of barriers to switch. Any debate, any objection, clause 108 is agreed to. Clause 109, fair treatment of customers and charter. Any debate, any objection, clause 109 is agreed. Clause 110, disclosure of interest rates and charges. Any debate, any objection, clause 110 is agreed. Clause 111, prohibition of introducing a new charge or increasing existing charge for customers. Any debate, any objection, clause 111 is agreed to. Clause 112, application for introducing new charge or increasing existing charge for customers. Any debate and objection? Clause 112 is agreed to. Clause 113, publication of fees, rates, terms, and conditions. Any debate and objection? Clause 113 is agreed to. Clause 114, responsible finance. Any debate and objection? Clause 114 is agreed to. Clause 115, rights to rescind contract. Any debate and objection? Clause 115 is agreed to. Clause 116, unfair contract or unfair contract term. Any debate and objection? Clause 116 is agreed to. Clause 117, prepayment of credit transactions. Any debate and objection? Clause 117 is agreed to. Clause 118, prohibition against penal interest. Any debate and objection? Clause 118 is agreed to. Clause 119, recoverable amounts on non-performing loan. Any debate and objection? Clause 119 is agreed to. Clause 120, disclosure of information. Any debate and objection? Clause 120 is agreed to. Clause 121, control of advertisements. Any debate and objection? Clause 121 is agreed to. Clause 122, data protection and disclosure of information. Any debate and objection? Clause 122 is agreed to. Clause 123, open finance. Any debate and objection? Clause 123 is agreed to. Clause 124, complaints procedure for customers. Any debate and objection? Clause 124 is agreed to. Clause 125, customer protection and market conduct returns. Any debate and objection? Clause 125 is agreed to. Clause 126, monitoring of market. Any debate and objection? Clause 126 is agreed to. Clause 127, arrangement or assistance for vulnerable customer. Any debate and objection? Clause 127 is agreed to. Clause 128, financial over person for financial services providers. Any debate and objection? Clause 128 is agreed to. Clause 129, actions by bank on controversy of part. Any debate and objection? Clause 129 is agreed to. Clause 130, bank as resolution authority. Any debate and objection? Clause 130 is agreed to. Clause 131, functions of bank as a resolution authority. Any debate and objection? Clause 131 is agreed to. Clause 132, placing bank or financial institution in resolution. Any debate and objection? Clause 132 is agreed to. Clause 133, power to take possession. Any debate and objection? Clause 133 is agreed to. Clause 134, notice of resolution. Any debate and objection? Clause 134 is agreed to. Clause 135, appointment of resolution manager. Any debate and objection? Clause 135 is agreed to. Clause 136, petition to minister to constitute tribunal. Any debate and objection? Clause 136 is agreed to. Clause 137, powers and duties of bank on resolution. Any debate and objection? Clause 137 is agreed to. Clause 138, statement of affairs. Any debate and objection? Clause 138 is agreed to. Clause 139, resolutions, options. Any debate and objection? Clause 139 is agreed to. Clause 140, restructuring or reorganization. Any debate and objection? Clause 140 is agreed to. Clause 41, establishment and winding up of bridge institution. Any debate and objection? Clause 141 is agreed to. Clause 142, buy-in. Any debate and objection? Clause 42 is agreed to. Clause 143, backstop funding for resolution. Any debate and objection? Clause 143 is agreed to. Clause 144, creditor safeguards. Any debate and objection? Clause 144 is agreed to. Clause 145, impediment in orderly resolution of bank or financial institution. Any debate and objection? Clause 145 is agreed to. Clause 146, effects of resolution. Any debate and objection? Clause 146 is agreed. 147, restriction on execution of judgment against assets of bank or financial institution in resolution. Any debate and objection? Clause 147 is agreed to. Clause 148, recovery of expenses. Any debate and objection? Clause 148 is agreed. Clause 149, grounds for liquidation. Any debate and objection? Clause 149 is agreed. Clause 150, restrictions of bank or financial institutions. Any debate and objection? Clause 150 is agreed to. Clause 151, restriction of action by third parties. Any debate and objection? Clause 151 is agreed. Clause 152, resolution to voluntary wind-up financial service provider. Any debate and objection? Clause 152 is agreed. Clause 153, duties of financial service provider on voluntary winding up. Any debate and objection? Clause 153 is agreed to. Clause 154, notice of voluntary winding up. Any debate and objection? Clause 154 is agreed to. Clause 155, rights of depositors or creditors to payments, funds and other property. Any debate and objection? Clause 155 is agreed to. Clause 156, distribution of assets on voluntary winding up. Any debate and objection? Clause 156 is agreed to. Clause 157, powers of bank where assets are insufficient or completion and duly delayed. Any debate and objection? Clause 157 is agreed to. Clause 158, powers of bank in compulsory winding up. Any debate and objection? Clause 158 is agreed to. Clause 159, powers of bank as liquidator. Any debate and objection? Clause 159 is agreed to. Clause 160, immunity of bank against depositor, creditor, or bail claimers. Any debate and objection? Clause 160 is agreed. Clause 161, limitation of feeding of claims. Any debate and objection? Clause 161 is agreed. Clause 162, objection to liquidation schedule. Any debate and objection? Clause 162 is agreed to. Clause 163, priority of creditors. Any debate and objection? Clause 163 is agreed. Clause 164, reserve account for roundup financial service provider. Any debate and objection? Clause 164 is agreed. Clause 165, debt restructuring or write-off for roundup financial services provider. Debt restructuring or write-off for roundup financial service provider. Any debate and objection? Clause 165 is agreed. Clause 166, final distribution in compulsory winding up. Any debate and objection? Clause 166 is agreed to. Clause 167, undistributed funds. Any debate and objection? Clause 167 is agreed to. Clause 168, powers of bank in relation to sovereignty, financial business. Any debate and objection? Clause 167 is agreed to. Clause 169, termination of liquidation process. Any debate and objection? Clause 169 is agreed to. Clause 170, anti-money laundering and counting terrorism, financing and purification of financing supervision. Any debate and objection? Clause 170 is agreed to. Clause 171, anti-money laundering and countering finance of terrorism supervision sanctions. Any debate and objection? Clause 171 is agreed to. Clause 172, records to be kept and maintained. Any debate and objection? Clause 172 is agreed to. Clause 173. Credit documentation, any debate, any objection? Clause 173 is agreed to. Clause 174. Manner of keeping records, any debate, any objection? Clause 174 is gone. Clause 175. Retention of records, any debate, any objection? Clause 175 is agreed to. Clause 176. Maintenance of records, any debate, any objection? Clause 176 is agreed to. Clause 177. Reasons for decisions and rights to be heard, any debate, any objection? Clause 177 is agreed to. Clause 178. Right of appeal, any debate, any objection? Clause 178 is agreed to. Clause 179. Constitution of tribunal, any debate, any objection? Clause 179 is agreed to. Clause 80, decision of tribunal, any debate, any objection? Clause 180 is agreed. Clause 181, examination of financial service providers, any debate, any objection? Clause 81 is agreed to. Clause 82, obstruction of examination, any debate, any objection? Clause 182 is agreed to. Clause 83, investigations, any debate, any objection? Clause 183 is agreed to. Clause 184, regulations of lending interest rates, any debate, any objection? Clause 184 is agreed to. Clause 185, netting of claims, any debate, any objection? Clause 185 is agreed to. Clause 186, enforceability of close-out netting agreements, any debate, any objection? Clause 186 is agreed to. Clause 187, financial inclusion, any debate, any objection? Clause 187 is agreed to. Clause 188, authorized activities of banks, any debate, any objection? Clause 188 is agreed to. Clause 189, access to documents, any debate, any objection? Clause 189 is agreed to. Clause 90, offenses committed partly in the partly out of republic, any debate, any objection? Clause 190 is agreed to. Clause 191, use of word bank, any debate, any objection? Clause 191 is agreed to. Clause 192, restriction on use of name of financial service provider, any debate, any objection? Clause 192 is agreed to. Clause 193, validity of certain acts by financial service provider, any debate, any objection? Clause 193 is agreed to. Clause 194, power to summon officer, director, or shareholder, any debate, any objection? Clause 194 is agreed to. Clause 195, submission of information and documents to bank, any debate, any objection? Clause 195 is agreed to. Clause 196, protection of persons providing information under Act, any debate, any objection? Clause 196 is agreed to. Clause 197, authorization to provide alternative financial service, any debate, any objection? Clause 197 is agreed to. Clause 198, publication of information, any debate, any objection? Clause 198 is agreed to. Clause 199, extension of period to furnish document or information, any debate, any objection? Clause 199 is agreed to. Clause 200, forced document, any debate, any objection? Clause 200 is agreed to. Clause 201, money circulation schemes, any debate, any objection? Clause 101 is agreed to. Clause 201 is agreed to. Clause 202, utilization of collateral for settlement of certain obligations of financial service provider, any debate, any objection? Clause 202 is agreed to. Clause 203, special reserve account, insurance, and commitment, any debate, any objection? Clause 203 is agreed to. Clause 204, unclaimed funds and personal property, any debate, any objection? Clause 204 is agreed to. Clause 205, industry report, any debate, any objection? Clause 205 is agreed to. Clause 206, continuing acts or offenses. Any debate, any objection? Clause 206 is agreed to. Clause 207, offenses by principal officers, offenses by principal officers of board, corporate, or incorporated board. Any debate, any objection? Clause 207 is agreed to. Clause 208, general penalty. Any debate, any objection? Clause 208 is agreed to. Clause 209, administrative penalty. Any debate, any objection? Clause 202 is agreed to. Clause 210, immunity. Any debate, any objection? Clause 210 is agreed to. Clause 211, exemptions. Any debate, any objection? Clause 211 is agreed to. Clause 212, regulatory statements. Any debate, any objection? Clause 212 is agreed. Clause 213, regulations. Any debate, any objection? Clause 213 is agreed to. Clause 214, repeal of acts and savings and transitional provisions. Any debate, any objection? Clause 214 is agreed to. Long title, any debate, any objection? Long title is agreed to. The bill will be reported to the House as having passed through the committee without amendment. Madam Speaker, I have to report to the House that the Committee of the whole House has gone through the Banking and Financial Service Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2025 without amendments.
Day for third reading.
Third reading to be on the 17th March, Tuesday. Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Third reading of the bill to be taken on 17th March 2026. Next order.
The Zambia Deposit Insurance Corporation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2025. Third reading.
The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the bill be now read the third time.
The question is that the bill be now read the third time. Any debate, any objection? The question is agreed to. Let the bill be read the third time.
The Zambia Deposit Insurance Corporation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2025.
Next order.
Thanks the President's address, motion of 24th February, resumption of debate.
When the House adjourned yesterday, Thursday, 5th March 2026, the House was considering the motion moved by the Honorable Member for Chikankata that the thanks of this Assembly be recorded for the exposition of public policy contained in the President's address. Any further debate? I see none. The acting... Pardon? Oh, Solwezi East? Pardon? He has withdrawn? Okay. The acting lead of government business adjournment.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the House do now adjourn.
The question is that the House now adjourns. Any debate, any objection? The question is agreed to. The House is now adjourned.
Kufoya. Business today, Friday, 16th March 2026. Time now to look at what has been considered on the floor of the House since 09 hours. Madam First Deputy Speaker did make a myriad of announcements. She did recognize the presence in the public gallery of pupils and teachers from Chikumbuso Community School in Lusaka District, pupils and teachers from Kawata Trust School in Lusaka District, and she also recognized the presence in the public gallery of another group of women who are aspiring candidates for members of parliament in the forthcoming general election. The women were participants in a high-level Women in Leadership Conference, which took place at Mulungushi International Conference Center from 4th to 5th March 2026, organized by the Gender Division at Cabinet Office and its partners. And so, on behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, Madam First Deputy Speaker welcomed the visitors. In the other announcements, Madam First Deputy Speaker did remind the House that, as announced on Friday, 27th February 2026, the House will not sit next week, which is 10th to 13th March 2026. This arrangement is intended to enable honorable members of parliament to travel to constituencies and take part in the commemorations of the International Women's Day on 8th March and Youth Day on 12th March 2026. And these are two important national events on the Zambian calendar, and honorable members are encouraged to use this period to engage with their constituents. The House will therefore resume sittings on Tuesday, 17th March 2026. Madam First Deputy Speaker did receive communication to the effect that, in the absence of Her Honor, the Vice President, who is attending to other government business, the Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security, Honorable Jack Mwimbu MP, has been appointed acting leader of government business in the House from today, Friday, 6th March 2026, until further notice. And so, the First Deputy Speaker did permit two ministers to make ministerial statements. The first one did come from the acting leader of government business on the ongoing voter registration verification exercise. The other ministerial statement did come from the Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development on the washed-away culvert along the Chingola-Chililabombwe to Kasumbalesa Public-Private Partnership PP Road. And thereafter, the House did consider one question for answer, understanding order number 82. This particular question came from Chinsali lawmaker, Mr. Kalalum Kosa. He did ask the Vice President whether the government is aware that in the past 1 week, several houses in the following wards in Chinsali Parliamentary constituency have been damaged following heavy rainfall. That's Luwa and Munwankubili. And if so, what urgent measures are being taken to assist the affected households? And in response, the acting leader of government business, Honorable Mwimbu, did say that government is aware of the situation. In the other part of the question, he highlighted some measures that are being taken to assist the affected households, among them providing 15 tents, 4x4, and other house foodstuffs, which included mealie meal rice and many more foodstuffs. So that's question 82, understanding question 100, that's question 248, understanding order 82. So that's the only question that was under consideration today. After that, there was consideration of two government bills, that's the Banking and the Financial Services Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2025, which was being considered at committee stage. So the bill has passed this stage, and third reading of this particular bill will be undertaken on the 17th of March 2026, which is going to be a Tuesday. The other bill that was considered on the floor of the House was the Zambia Deposit Insurance Corporation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2025. It was considered at third reading stage, and so the bill was read the third time. And so that's the business that has been considered on the floor of the House today, Friday, 6th March 2026. As always, would like to thank you for your time, wishing you happy Women's Day on the 8th, and of course, happy, Women's Month this month of March. And so from all of us, we wish you an incident-free weekend. Until next week, it's bye-bye and pleasant viewing.
My name is Zerot Kamondo. I'm a Member of Parliament from Fumbwe in Northwestern Province. I would like to wish actually our women, whom we love so much because of the contributions that they make to this country and the world at large, that as you celebrate your day, we wish you well. And we just want to encourage them to continue working hard. For the women in Mufumbwe out there, tuimsanchila mwane, nkambwe mpeshe, tujinenu pamo, tukekara pamo ne anwewa.
I'm Honorable Frank Simushi Mayungo, MP for Skongo constituency. I think as we celebrate the month of the women, we would like to say thank you to all women